Hello, and welcome to Select 10. Netflix released a fantastic selection of films in August and September that enthralled, thrilled, and delighted viewers all over the world. This month's offerings are very amazing, ranging from solid action dramas to hilarious comedies. So, whether you're looking for a high-octane action flick or a heartfelt film, Netflix offers something to keep you hooked. Number 5. Uglies. It is a 2024 science fiction drama film based on the book Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. The movie takes place in a world where everyone must have extensive cosmetic surgery by the age of 16 to become pretty. The narrative centers on Tally Youngblood, a girl on the verge of turning 16, and her worries about undergoing the required makeover to become pretty. Her outlook on life is completely upended when she befriends Shay, who intends to skip the surgery and join a gang of outlaws known as the Smokies. But soon, Tally finds herself torn between the brutal reality of the revolt and the attraction of becoming pretty, while she is forced to make decisions that will affect not just her own destiny, but also the fate of everyone around her. The film brought Westerfeld's dystopian world onto the screen with smooth, technologically advanced cities and relies extensively on VFX to show both the frightening beauty of the pretties and the harsh, unpleasant feel of the controlled society. As an adaptation, Uglies has the issue of compressing the book's extensive worldbuilding into a film format. The changeover loses some of the complexities of Tally's internal conflict, and several of the subplots seem hurried. Nevertheless, the film stays true to its central theme of compliance and social pressure, which makes it an attractive visual adaptation, even though it is a little superficial. Overall, despite its issues with character depth, Uglies succeeds in providing a visually stunning dystopian experience with timely societal topics. Number 4. Sector 36. It is a 2024 crime thriller film, directed by Aditya Nambalkar. The main focus of the story is an honest and duty-bound policeman who looks into the disappearance of many local community youngsters. As the case develops, he encounters a vicious serial killer and a psychopathic individual, while he is forced to acquire proof of killer criminal activities. The film shows the dark truths that come to light and the terrifying police inquiry that reveals the killer's true motive. This film's central theme is an engaging investigation of the misuse of power, and its unexpectedly devastating conclusion greatly amplifies its effect on viewers. From a production standpoint, the movie has a strong musical score and superb visual presentation. Although the movie's themes of racial and socio-economic status may seem typical, the 1990s setting was a smart decision, as it reduced the opportunities for dialogue and increased the suspense of the story. Even while it tackles difficult issues that can turn off some viewers, the gripping narrative and excellent acting will keep you interested throughout. If you enjoy dark and suspenseful stories, you should definitely check this one out. Number 3. Apollo 13: Survival. It is a historical documentary film directed by Peter Middleton. The movie uses exclusive video and interviews to narrate the gripping tale of the Apollo 13 moon mission and the effort to return its crew members home. The narrative describes the 1970 space mission event in which NASA launched a new lunar mission. The documentary recreates the anxious moments between takeoff and splashdown and the events during which the space shuttle malfunctioned. For space enthusiasts, this may not be much new, but it does offer a lot of excitement for the general public who likes to hear about real historic events. To provide more authentic representation, the film replaces missing material with reconstructive techniques and archival recordings, in addition to rare access to records from the historic 1970 expedition. Through the astronauts' own narration, viewers are able to gain insight into events within the space capsule. The combination of visuals and audio illuminates the mission's technical difficulties, as well as its human aspect, including the crew's racing hearts, the stress in the control center, worried families back home, impassioned newscasters, and the masses that had assembled to see the landing. If you ever wondered what would happen during Apollo 13, then this film does answer most of it. Number 2. Officer Black Belt. It is a comedy action film directed by Joo Hwan Kim. The narrative centers on Lee Young-do, who presents himself as an average man that delivers meals for his father's chicken shop, plays video games with pals, and mingles over beverages. However, he is a master of martial arts, having attained the top levels in judo, kendo, and taekwondo. He is constantly willing to lend a hand and doesn't hesitate to intervene when he notices someone in need. One day, Lee Young-do sees an inmate sporting an ankle device assault a martial arts policeman, and he moves swiftly to defend the officer. Following the event, he attempts to deal with violent offenders who are on probation, while covering for the wounded officer over 5 weeks. The film is kept interesting by the action, despite parts of it feeling cliched and having scenes that are obviously lifted from popular Korean action movies. One particularly memorable scene is a courtyard fight where Lee Young-do uses antique pottery pots to take on many enemies in a very inventive manner. Sadly, most of the movie is uninteresting outside of the action sequences. The tone isn't as dark as it needs to be to reflect the characters and the conflict's seriousness. Even so, Officer Black Belt is a good film that has decent comedy and good action that's ideal for a weekend binge watch. Number 1. Rebel Ridge. It is a 2024 crime-action thriller film directed by Jeremy Saulnier. The story revolves around Terry Richmond, an ex-Marine and martial arts master who, while en route to submit bail for his cousin, gets knocked off his motorcycle by neighborhood law enforcement officers who seize the bail cash. Terry, unfazed by the threats, must secure the release of his defenseless cousin before he is sent to a more perilous prison. He gets support from Summer, a lawyer, and together, they fight against time to uncover the truth and retrieve the money while navigating a judicial system in tiny Shelby Springs that appears to be intricately entwined in a web of deceit. With a strong cast and lots of action, the plot offers a suspenseful mystery set in a very iconic southern region. But the very lengthy running length drags the movie down, and the pacing occasionally feels slow. Despite being marketed by Netflix as an action movie, the story actually swings more toward a slow-burning mystery, but its rich southern backdrop heightens the atmosphere of the film. One of the film's highlights is Aaron Pierre's powerful portrayal of Terry Richmond, which keeps you intrigued throughout the many changes and twists. Fans of the crime genre should not miss it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.